Hi guys, this is Ravar Singh and welcome back to my channel Thrive to Drive. Today we're in a slightly different environment. We're shooting this video at my garage and not in our usual environment, which is my house. Because today I just took delivery of my Porsche Cayenne Turbo, which I bought sight unseen telephonically through a friend of mine. This COVID environment is such that I didn't feel the need to go to Delhi and take a look at the car. So we have it here today live, and for the first time I'll be seeing it along with you guys on camera. So now we'll be getting the car down from the trailer and taking a look at what this Easter egg has in store for us. My friend, of course, did tell me a few things wrong with the car, but this is the first time we're going to have an in-depth view of the vehicle and check this 500 horsepower beast. So guys, now that it's finally about to get off the trailer, we've put a jumper on the vehicle. The car had no battery whatsoever. Now before we take the car out of the truck, let me tell you slightly about the deal. So the deal commenced with a friend of mine. He told me initially about an E46 M3 convertible, but a broken car which had been standing for the past 4 or 5 years, and the Cayenne Turbo. The Cayenne Turbo was in a slightly better condition because it was drivable. So my friend sent me 3 pictures of the car, and that's what we did the deal on. The E46 did excite me, but it was way out of my budget. You know, I don't end up getting that much money. Eventually, when YouTube, really starts to pay me, maybe we can get a lot more cars, but this is what I could afford. So this car is the cheapest Cayenne Turbo in India at least, and it costed me 7,75,000 to get the car. And I'll be paying the truck guys another 12,000. That's all I have into the vehicle as on date. So now we're going to jump start the vehicle. I'll show you inside, and let's take a look at the car and how it turns out to be, how this Easter egg is going to be either a jackpot or a total drain of money and resources for me. Wow, it started right up, and I'm fairly amazed at the condition of the vehicle. It's very, very clean from inside, other than, it being dirty, but that's the most of it. I was told it's driven 60,000 kilometers and it's got 53,642 kilometers, which is nice. The brake pedal is going down, so I knew that there is some leakage of brake oil on the front left caliper. That needs to be taken care of. I'm also smelling slightly older petrol, so I think the rough idle is because of that. One cool thing, let me show you. A full panoramic roof, which is nice. The airmatic seems to be working, the car is lifted, and the whole package seems really nice to me. There are a lot of lights in the dash. I think every known light at this point of time is on in the vehicle. It's like a Christmas tree inside, but I knew that's going to happen. So we'll have to take this car one by one. I just hope I don't break the bank on this, and I can have it ready in a couple of days.
The next day.
Now we're back in a more familiar setting, and the car is right here. And you know what that means? That the car is ready. What I thought would take me a couple of days to repair took me just 8 hours of hard work at the shop, and the car is up and running, and you won't believe it's the same car right now. We've gotten rid of most of all the problems, except a few that I will just mention. But other than that, I am very, very, very impressed with the vehicle. I'm going to show you what we've done, a little bit of what's left, and then we're going to go for a drive and see how the car feels. For the past whole day, we've been working right aside of this glorious twin-turbo V8. It's the most beautiful engine. I mean, of course, I can't undermine the M3. But this engine is also really, really good and really powerful. So, come a little closer. So what we did was, when we checked what was wrong with the braking, we dived a little deeper. The problem was not with the paddle going down all the way, which would expect me to believe that there would be some leakage. We checked, there was no leakage at all. Other than that, when we were pressing the brake, the pedal would become hard, which is a symptom of faulty vacuum, which is leading to the booster and the master cylinder. So we opened this place up. I'll show you pictures. There was bad piping. There was bad vacuum piping, which only costed me about 500 rupees, and I was able to fix. Other than that, there's labor, of course, but labor is free to me. I own a garage. We fixed that. My braking was sorted. Of course, the brakes were a little old, so I've ordered fresh brake pads. Besides that, you won't believe, there was one coil which was shorting and giving us issues, but the issue is intermittent. I've also ordered a fresh set of coils. We cleaned everything up. So this side of the engine, I have the fittings all opened up. So this side of the engine is all opened up because we had to individually check all the coils. It was showing an ignition coil 2 error. So what we did was we swapped coil 2 with coil 1, and the issue traveled to coil 1. So which led me to suspect that coil 1 is bad. I've ordered an original Porsche coil, which will arrive to me by Tuesday, and I shall have all the rest of the work done. Other than that, we buffed up the light, cleaned the car up, and you won't believe, it was absolutely ready and amazingly driving condition. Yeah guys, so now we're in the interiors of a car which was barely mine about 48 hours back, and non-running till about 30 odd hours back. It was completely non-running, and now we're sitting in the car. It's pretty unbelievable. It's always been a wet dream to own the fastest SUV of its time. Back in 2008, this car was the fastest SUV. You won't believe it. But this drivetrain has been mostly unchanged, even in the newer variants of the Cayenne. They haven't done much change to it because it was a recipe for amazing power. And here we have it. So what eventually happened was, after we did the basic fixes, I plugged my scanner in, and we were able to eventually do all the basic settings of all the modules. So there are ways where we can charge for programming and do all that. We did that. I got the car on the road, and when I started driving, the car felt a little jerky because it had been standing for about a year, at least a year, that is. When I started driving, it was slightly jerky. The more I drove it, the more refined it got, the less clunkier it got, and it was much of an easier driving experience after that. And eventually, after about an hour and a half of driving, the car got back to its original glory, and it just showed me its true potential, and I've been enjoying it since. I woke up early today, especially went for a drive, and it's been amazing. The parts arrive by Tuesday, and I shall have almost everything completed. It's quick. I'm not going to show you guys a look at the speed, but it is very quick. Of course, we're in completely legal terms. I mean, this was just a basic launch of the vehicle. We barely even touched 60. I hope you believe me, but yeah, that's it. So it's a great fun car, and I think we've done an amazing job to fix it. And I can just say I got the best deal, and it is definitely the most bang for buck I've ever bought in my whole life. Nothing else can even come close to the excitement level this gives, because the center of gravity is higher, and it is so fast. It is about 500 horses. It does 0 to 100 in 5 seconds. It is doing it now, yes, and I can feel every bit of it. The best part out here is that it's got a boost gauge built in by the factory. Which company gives you a built-in boost gauge in their big 2-ton SUV? That's how serious Porsche were back in the day. Just to end it off, this car is really amazing. It's been a dream for me for a very long time, and I'm slowly, because of you guys, getting from one car to the other. First I had Skoda RS. I mean, the story on that is pending. I held the best for last though. After that came the M3, then the S600, and now a Porsche Cayenne Turbo. Let's hope there are good things in the future, and I can keep fueling you guys with great content. Thank you for supporting, and goodbye for today. Thanks for watching this video. We'll be coming up with more content, so stay tuned. Please like and subscribe.